is cooking. Voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WWE Wrestling Talk Show with Racewalk Jones and
Sean Randy Smith.
So, the WWE pay-per-view calendar for 2019 has begun, which also means the road to WrestleMania has begun.
Oh yeah. We'll start with NXT Takeover Phoenix.
NXT Takeover Phoenix came the night before the Royal Rumble, and we had 4 of 5 matches in total. Starting with the NXT Tag Team Championships, when the Undisputed Era defended the championships against the War Raiders.
Now, how did this match go?
This match went pretty well. It seemed time after time, no matter what the Undisputed Era tried to do, they could not put away the War Raiders.
No, they couldn't.
And in the end, it was a fallout onto Kyle O'Reilly that spelled the end of an era for the Undisputed Era.
So we have new NXT Tag Team Champions in the War Raiders.
And slight spoiler alert, they would not be the only tag team championships to change hands.
Oh no, we'll get on to that later on.
Next, in a slightly longer match than what took place at Takeover War Games,
oh yeah,
Cassius Ohno took on Matt Riddle.
And how long was their previous matchup?
6 seconds.
But luckily this match was longer than that.
However, as expected, it was Matt Riddle who came out of this victorious.
Despite the fact that Cassius Ohno did last longer than expected.
Then we moved on to the NXT North American Championship, which is quite possibly match of the night, when Ricochet would defend against Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Takeover, Mr. Johnny Gargano.
Now, how did this match between Ricochet and Johnny Gargano for the NXT North American Championship go?
This was, as I've just stated, match of the night. We had plenty of near falls, a slingshot DDT, a Gaga no escape, but managed to get out of. In the end, it was a brainbuster onto the exposed concrete outside of the ring, followed by a second slingshot DDT onto Ricochet that allowed Johnny Gargano to finally taste Singles Championship gold in NXT to become the new NXT North American Champion. Too bad it would not last.
Because during an NXT Takeover taping, or an NXT taping, should I say?
Yes, after the Velveteen Dream managed to win the Worlds Collide tournament, which was a tournament between NXT, NXT UK, and 205 Live superstars, in which the winner would be able to challenge any champion he wanted to. Velveteen Dream decided to challenge Johnny Gargano for the North American Championship and would score the win, making him the North American Champion.
Much to everyone's shock.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that. It's just a case of why put the title on him if you're going to take it off him just a few days later.
But again, we'll get on to that regarding another championship later on.
Next, we moved on to the NXT Women's Championship with Bianca Belair challenging Shayna Baszler.
So this is the streak of Bianca Belair against the NXT Women's Championship of Shayna Baszler.
Fair to say that Shayna Baszler got a little bit of assistance in this match by her fellow horsewomen goons, not counting the Raw Women's Champion, of course.
No, not counting.
But in the end, after all of that, and Bianca Belair holding her own, she was caught into the confined clutch and passed out. So it's another technical submission win for Shayna Baszler. WWE, this is not UFC. You shouldn't be having technical submission results.
But it resulted in a TKO, which meant Shayna Baszler retained her NXT Women's Championship and broke another streak that NXT had failed to secure.
Next, we had the NXT Championship with Aleister Black challenging Tommaso Ciampa.
Now, how did the main event of NXT go?
This was not necessarily as fast-paced as some NXT TakeOver main events have been. We had a fairy tale ending for a near fall, a black mass being performed, an elevated DDT, and a second fairy tale ending on Aleister Black for another near fall. However, with the ending of the match, saw Aleister Black go for a maneuver. However, his knee, which had been worked on, gave out, and he was hit with one final fairy tale ending, which allowed Tommaso Ciampa to retain the NXT Championship. However, the story of the night did not end there.
No, it doesn't.
As NXT TakeOver was going off of the air, Johnny Gargano would emerge on the ramp holding the North American Championship, possibly teasing a reunion of DIY.
But then out comes Velveteen Dream.
Yes, but then after it's gone off the air, a massive brawl takes place, which spills over into the gorilla position, in which Triple H had to get involved in to separate them. which is
NXT Takeover Phoenix. Join us in a moment for NXT, well, for Royal Rumble.
yes, since when did NXT do the Royal Rumble? Join us in a bit for the Royal Rumble.
I am a man at war, and I am fighting for all of the broken people, all of the people thrown overboard. They always try to shame us, but they don't speak the language. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. A fire was set in the dark. It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter if the world is gone mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. The sky is falling and the world is gone mad, and we sing our songs and we just hold on, yeah. So if you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. They say that I'm reckless, because I'm relentless. They spit on my face and crush on my name and taking my life in vengeance. Yeah, you could try and blame us and try and take what's sacred, but we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. A fire was set in the dark. It's time that you know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. It doesn't matter if the world is gone mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. The sky is falling and the world is gone mad, and we sing our songs and we just hold on, yeah. So if you're running, stop running. One life, one chance, start living. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Somebody sound the alarm. It's time that you know. It doesn't matter if the world is gone mad, if we just hold on, if we just hold on, yeah. Sing it louder just to let the world know. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. We were born for greatness. No, we're not nameless, we're not faceless, we were born for greatness. Red alert, John, shine a light down. On the front lines of my mind now. Fighting my time on the high ground. Blinded, but I'm still alive, shout. They said we're Let's get ready to rumble!
So, with NXT out of the way, we go to the main attraction of the weekend,
The Royal Rumble
which
2019.
which begins the long road to MetLife Stadium on April 7th, WrestleMania.
So we'll start off with our kickoff show matches.
Yes, when we came at you last week, there were 2 matches on the kickoff, so a third was added.
Literally out of nowhere, and I know that's my shtick, but even so.
The team of Bobby Roode and Chad Gable would take on the team of Scott Dawson, representing the Revival, and Razor, representing the Office of Pain, with the stipulation that if Scott Dawson and Razor won, then the Revival and the Office of Pain would be granted a Raw Tag Team Championship match.
But that didn't happen.
Yes, because the winners of this match were Bobby Roode and Chad Gable.
So now on to our second kickoff show match, which I believe is for the United States Championship.
Yes, Rusev, just a couple of weeks after defeating Shinsuke Nakamura, would defend the championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. And due to a slight miscommunication when Lana was pointing out to the referee that the Shinsuke Nakamura was undoing the turnbuckle, but Rusev would accidentally run into Lana, which would have a consequence later on in the night, which we will get to. But this allowed Shinsuke Nakamura to hit the Kinshasa and win his second United States Championship, all of which would only last for 48 hours.
Because this past week on SmackDown, Archie defeated Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States title.
Yes, due to a situation which we shall get to in a while, R-Truth was granted the United States Championship match by the McMahon family. Now, watching this match, it looks like a botch finish.
It does.
Because R-Truth caught Nakamura in a roll-up. The referee, Mike Yoder, who is a veteran referee, counted 1, 2, 3. However, there's like a millisecond between the free kick for 3 being counted and Nakamura kicking out. In either direction, you could say he kicked out just before the 3 count or just after.
But in any event, after a replay, Mike Yoder then awarded the United States title to R-Truth.
Yes, and it'll be very interesting to see where that goes, because apparently now Rusev and Nakamura are a tag team.
By the looks of it.
Next, Buddy Murphy would defend the Cruiserweight Championship in a Fatal 4-Way match against Akira Tozawa, Hideo Itami, and Kalisto. The winner of this match, and still Cruiserweight Champion, Buddy Murphy.
But for one reason, this will be the final match in WWE.
Yes, Hideo Itami is no more in WWE, and you cannot blame WWE for how he was treated. He came into the company with a whole host of momentum with guys like Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura. However, such a bad luck of injuries meant that he was never really able to get to the level that WWE probably wanted him at in NXT, and by the time he came back, it was almost too little too late.
So we'd like to wish Hideo Itami the best in his future endeavours.
Next, onto the main card. We started the night off with Asuka defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Becky Lynch.
Now, this would be a very good match, in my opinion.
It was a good match and very logical that it was put on first regarding what would happen later on.
But in any event,
after some back and forth action, it was the disarmer counted into the Asuka lock that allowed Asuka to remain the SmackDown Women's Champion. Just 1 year after winning the first Women's Royal Rumble match.
of course.
Second, we had The Bar of Cesaro and Sheamus defending the SmackDown SmackDown Tag Team, not Women's, Tag Team Championships against the best team in the world of The Miz and Shane McMahon.
Now, going into this, what do we expect to happen?
Well, I personally thought it could have gone either way with like Miz turning on Shane or Shane turning on Miz. But if that didn't happen, then the result is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Because whilst Shane McMahon is not necessarily the best wrestler, he can put on a very good match.
Absolutely. But then Shenmon would do something that Brock Lesnar failed to achieve at WrestleMania.
Yes, because during the conclusion of the match, Sheamus would attempt to go for a bro kick on The Miz or on Shane McMahon, one or the other, but missed and accidentally nailed his own partner. The Miz would then hit the skull-crushing finale on Sheamus. Shane McMahon would then go up to the top rope. Thank goodness there wasn't a cage this time. And nail a shooting star press onto Cesaro to get the 3 count, which means the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions are The Miz and Shane McMahon.
We never thought we'd say that, but it has happened.
So next we went to the Raw Tag Team Championships. I mean, Raw Women's Championship. What is up with me today? With
Rowdy Ronda Rousey, 1 year after making her debut, put her championship on the line against the boss, Sasha Banks.
And here is, as has been happening over the past few weeks, they continued to tease the 4 Horsewomen versus 4 Horsewomen feud, which is rumored to take place and we hope will happen.
Yes.
So we had bank statements, armbars. However, the one thing which got me was the fact that Ronda Rousey did something here that she has not done in WWE yet, which is win a match by pinfall.
And she did.
Because it was Sasha Banks had the bank statement in when Ronda Rousey would get her and hit the Piper's Pit, named after Randy Roddy Piper, obviously, but it's basically a Samoan drop type maneuver. And count the 1, 2, 3 to retain the Raw Women's Championship, which is actually rather fitting because the next match would help decide who would potentially be at least one of her opponents at WrestleMania. Because following on from the Raw Women's Championship match, we had the Women's Royal Rumble match.
2019. Entry number 1 was free agent Lacey Evans.
Entry number 2 was Natalia.
Representing Monday Night Raw.
Entry number 3, we had Mandy Rose.
Representing SmackDown.
Entry number 4, representing Raw and the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan.
Entry number 5, also representing Raw, was Mickie James.
Entry number 6, Ember Moon, former NXT Women's Champion, representing Raw.
SmackDown at number 7 and one half of the Iconics, Billie Kay.
Entry number 8, free agent Nikki Cross.
Representing another half of the Iconics and SmackDown was the number 9 entry, Peyton Royce.
At number 10, we had Tamina representing Raw.
Then at number 11 was the first of our NXT debutees in the Royal Rumble match, with number 11 being Thea Lee.
At number 12, we had the second half of the Riot Squad representing Raw, Sarah Logan.
Then at number 13, representing SmackDown Live, was the Queen, Charlotte Flair.
Number 14, former Mae Young Classic winner, Kylie Shane. Now, number 15 was a bit of a surprise as well.
Yes, because number 15, representing 205 Live, was Maria Kanellis.
Number 16, it was SmackDown's turn and time to feel the glow of Naomi.
At number 17, representing NXT, was Miss Gargano in Candice LeRae, representing NXT.
Representing Raw, number 18, the so-called captain of the women's division, Alicia Fox.
At number 19, representing NXT, was Casey Catanzaro.
Small but extremely athletic.
Yes, as we will get on to later on.
At number 20, representing SmackDown, Selena Vega.
At number 21, representing Raw, and the leader of the Riot Squad, Ruby Riot.
Who would be flanked by Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan, who had both been eliminated at this point.
Yeah.
Entry number 22, Dana Brooke.
At number 23, also representing NXT, current Mae Young Classic winner, Io Shirai.
Entry number 24, representing NXT UK, the first NXT UK Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley.
At number 25 was former Absolution member and tag team partner Mandy Rose, representing SmackDown, Sonya Deville.
At number 26, making her first in-ring competition from September, Alexa Bliss.
At number 28, it was...
Whoa, you're skipping someone.
Oh, yes, of course. Bayley, number 27.
Yes.
Lucky.
Number 28 was supposed to be Lana. But as we stated earlier in the kickoff show match between Rusev and Nakamura, she took a nasty bump and Kayfabe injured her ankle. So, she was replaced by Becky Lynch.
Yes, you heard us right. Becky Lynch.
Number 29 was Nia Jax, and number 30 we already knew from the Mixed Match Challenge, Carmella.
So now it's order of elimination.
Well, we're not going to do the exact order of elimination. Oh, actually, we could. First to go was Liv Morgan, eliminated by Natalia.
After 41 seconds.
8 seconds.
Yes, the shortest black member in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Second to go was Mickie James, eliminated by Tamina. Third to go was Nikki Cross, eliminated by both Iconics.
Next to go.
Fourth to go was, fourth and fifth to go were Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, both eliminated by Lacey Evans.
Yeah.
Sixth to go was Xia Li, eliminated by Charlotte. Seventh to go was Tamina, eliminated by Charlotte.
Yeah.
Eighth to go was Zelda Rogan, eliminated by Natalia and Kairi Sane. Ninth to go was Mandy Rose, eliminated by Naomi. 10th to go was Naomi, eliminated by Mandy Rose, even though Mandy Rose had already been eliminated from the match.
And Naomi tried to repeat her antics that she did last year's Women's Royal Rumble, but as we said earlier, that was stopped by Mandy Rose, who was already out of the match.
11th to go was Lacey Evans, eliminated by Charlotte. 12th to go was Maria Kanellis, eliminated by Alicia Fox. 13th to go was Alicia Fox, eliminated by Ruby Riott. 14th to go was Candice LeRae, eliminated by Ruby Riott. 15th to go was Kairi Sane, eliminated by Ruby Riott. 16th to go was Casey Catanzaro, eliminated by Rhea Ripley.
After she pulled off some unbelievable athleticism to save herself from being eliminated.
Kofi Kingston style almost.
Yep.
17th to go was Dana Brooke, eliminated by Rhea Ripley.
Not a surprise.
18th to go was Selena Vega, eliminated by Rhea Ripley, given an assist by Hornswoggle.
Yep. Selena Vega tried to hide underneath the ring, hid underneath there for about, I'd say, a good 15-20 minutes, until Hornswoggle chased her away.
20th to go was Ruby Riott, eliminated by Bayley. No, 19th to go was Sonya Deville, eliminated by Alexa Bliss. Got those two for Runway Land. 21st to go was Rhea Ripley, eliminated by Bayley.
After Rhea Ripley did an unbelievable performance.
22nd to go was Io Soraya, eliminated by Nia Jax. 23rd to go was Natalia, who's lasted a good hour at this point.
Yeah, she did very, very well, considering she started from number 2.
Eliminated by Nia Jax. 24th to go was Ember Moon, eliminated by Alexa Bliss. 25th to go was Alexa Bliss, eliminated by Bayley and Carmella. Next to go was Carmella, who was eliminated by Charlotte. And now we are getting down to the last few. For last 3 or 4, we had Bayley, Nia Jax, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. The 27th person to be eliminated was Bayley by the combination of Charlotte and Nia Jax. The 28th person to be eliminated was Nia Jax by Becky Lynch, which means we were down to the final two.
But as Becky Lynch was on the steel ring set, Nia Jax viciously assaulted her.
Yes, which looked like that Charlotte was going to be awarded the match for Becky not being able to compete, but she managed to get back into the ring and pick up a massive upset by eliminating Charlotte, which means that the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble match and going on to WrestleMania 35 to face the Women's Champion of her choice is Becky Lynch.
Against all odds, she did it.
Now, she would not wait for her decision either, because the next night on Raw, after Ronda Rousey did a open challenge, Seth Rollins,
Yeah, pretty much.
against which Bayley answered and picked up the victory, Becky Lynch would make her intention known that at WrestleMania she is coming for the Raw Women's Championship and Ronda Rousey. Now, the rumoured idea and plan by WWE is to turn this into a triple threat match, and they will somehow insert Charlotte into this. So whilst I would like it to stay a one-on-one match, it's looking like this will be a triple threat match with Charlotte somehow inserted into it.
Either way, we're going to get that WrestleMania match, well, the 5-2 match that we should have had, actually happen at WrestleMania instead.
In some form or fashion, it's going to happen. Now, we have 3 more matches to go through here on the Royal Rumble. However, we do need to reset this system, so join us again in a couple of minutes.